Imagine walking into a room, and suddenly people start paying attention. No one interrupts you. No one ignores you. People actually listen when you speak, not because you are the loudest person in the room, but because something about your presence commands respect. But here is the real question. Why do some people instantly gain respect, while others are constantly ignored, interrupted, or underestimated? Is it money? Is it power? Is it status? Psychology says something very different. Respect is not demanded. Respect is triggered by certain behaviors and psychological signals. And in this video, we will explore 7 powerful psychological principles that can instantly change the way people see and treat you. Once you understand these principles, people will not just hear you, they will take you seriously. Respect starts with self-respect. The first psychological rule of respect is simple. People treat you the way you treat yourself. If you constantly doubt yourself, apologize for everything, or act insecure, people unconsciously start seeing you as someone with low status. Human beings constantly read signals. Your posture, your voice tone, your confidence level. These signals tell people how they should treat you. If you walk into a room with calm confidence, people assume you are someone important. But if you look nervous and unsure, people instinctively lower their respect for you. That is why self-respect is the foundation of social respect. When you value yourself, others start valuing you too. Speak less, but speak with power. One of the most interesting psychological observations is this. People who talk too much are rarely respected, but people who speak less and speak with intention often command attention. Why does this happen? Because the human brain values scarcity. When someone talks all the time, their words lose importance. But when someone listens carefully, and then speaks only when necessary, people pay attention. That is why powerful leaders do not argue loudly. They stay calm. They observe. And when they finally speak, everyone listens. Because their words carry weight. Never chase approval. One of the fastest ways to lose respect is this: trying too hard to please everyone. When you constantly seek approval, you send a psychological signal that says, "My value depends on what you think of me." And people rarely respect someone who constantly needs validation. But something interesting happens when you stop chasing approval. When you stand by your values, even if people disagree with you, they begin to respect you more. Because confidence is attractive, and independence signals strength. You cannot make everyone happy, but when you stay true to yourself, people start taking you seriously. Master the power of silence. Silence is one of the most powerful psychological tools. When someone insults you, and you immediately react emotionally, you give them control over the situation. But when you stay calm and silent, something interesting happens. The other person suddenly feels uncomfortable. Psychology calls this social pressure created by silence. This is why intelligent people do not respond to every insult or criticism. Sometimes the most powerful response is no response at all. Silence can communicate strength, confidence, and emotional control. Set clear boundaries. Respect and boundaries are deeply connected. If you allow people to constantly interrupt you, disrespect your time, or treat you poorly, they will eventually assume that behavior is acceptable. But when you calmly set boundaries, everything changes. You do not need to be aggressive. You do not need to argue. Sometimes a simple "no" is enough. Because boundaries communicate something powerful. I know my value. And people tend to respect those who respect themselves. Control your emotions. Emotional control is one of the most respected traits in human behavior. Anyone can react emotionally. Anyone can get angry. But very few people can stay calm under pressure. When someone provokes you, and you lose control, they gain power over you. But when you remain calm, you keep control of the situation. That is why emotionally intelligent people focus on observation instead of reaction. They do not let other people control their emotions. And that calm presence naturally creates respect. Walk away from disrespect. Sometimes the most powerful move you can make is simply walking away. If someone constantly disrespects you, trying to prove your worth rarely works. Instead, distance creates awareness. Psychology shows that absence increases perceived value. When you remove your presence from toxic situations, people often realize what they lost. Respect is not something you force. Respect is something you protect. And sometimes protecting your dignity means knowing when to leave. Respect is not random. It is a psychological effect created by behavior, confidence, and emotional intelligence. When you develop self-respect, speak with intention, stop chasing approval, control your emotions, and set strong boundaries, people start seeing you differently.